Hey everyone, this is John.
And this is Hector.
And we are kicking off the new year, kicking off a new round of shows with Phoenix Resurrection. Number 1, the return of Jean. We are back. Comic Defenders is back.
Yes.
So is Jean Grey.
You know, it's meant to be.
So this is a perfect place to start. So why don't we just get right into it then? Jean Grey, the resurrection of Jean Grey, starts off with this really nice reference to Jean Grey's backstory.
Yeah.
To her origins.
With Annie and feeling her die and all of that.
Yeah,
all that stuff.
Because you see the little girl lying very gruesomely dead in the street, but then gets the really weird dark eyes and gets up. And it's kind of foreshadowing how the rest of this series, I assume, is going to be, because it is fucking creepy and weird.
It is. The guy at the comic book store, as I was telling you earlier, as I was buying it, he's still trying to sell it to me and saying, hey,
as you're paying for it.
As I'm paying for it, I'm like, I know I got it. But he was like, no, he's like, I'm just warning you, it's weird. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, it's X-Men. Of course, there's some sort of weirdness. And I'm like, oh no. After the first couple pages, he was not lying. It is weird. It's good.
Creepy dead girl gets up, smiles, and says backwards, "We were better off dead."
Yes.
Oh my. Okay. But then you see what you probably assume is a young version of Jean.
Yes.
Being all sorts of creepy resurrecting birds. And then, of course, you skip ahead with the X-Men showing up. The Gold Team shows up. Rachel has to bail, assumingly because there's some sort of psychic interference still going on that she's more sensitive to than everyone else. But you have those two kids who found the image of Annie lying in the street, and they are also lying down. They're prone, bleeding out of their heads with no apparent wounds, but they are fucking levitating.
They're like, oh shit, this is weird. Nothing like this goes around here. It happens like this around here, but what is this?
So, of course, this is something very weird going on. There's mutant activity. So then there's just this huge council of every mutant and X-Man, where they figure out, okay, something really strange is going on here. We have to get to the bottom of this. And it's actually pretty cool because you get these big images of all these X-Men sitting in an auditorium. Beast is giving a rundown of what actually happened. Sabretooth interrupts, what the fuck is he doing there? I guess he's with Weapon X right now, so fine. But you pretty much get shut down, hey, shut up, Creed. You're not allowed to talk.
Oh, Kitty.
Yeah, which is great. It's why she's in charge. And of course, we get an appearance by Illyana, which is just worth noting because it's Illyana.
Yes.
But they split up. They split up into 3 different teams because there are weird readings in 3 different places on the planet. So the first team, which is pretty much X-Men Gold,
plus
the Gold team minus Rachel, because she's still a little bit out of it, plus Jubilee.
I saw that. I was like, please that not be Jubilee. Oh, damn it, that's a yellow trench coat, isn't it?
Yellow duster, pink shades.
I was like, damn it.
Oh, Jubilee's in this? Great. And then you get the baby X-Men minus baby Jean, plus Rogue. They're off to Mount St. Francis. Oh, I should mention the Gold team goes over to the old Hellfire Club HQ.
Yes.
And then the Weapon X team essentially is off to the North Pole. It's the Weapon X team plus X-23 Wolverine.
Yeah. Which is interesting because, as we're reading, we know it's Phoenix Resurrection.
Yeah.
But each of those locations is really significant in X-Men history. So you're kind of like, okay, I see where this is going.
Yeah. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
So the Gold team gets ambushed by some sort of manifestation of Hellfire drones. Mm-hmm. The Blue team plus Rogue gets ambushed by this mutant lizard man. I didn't recognize that character.
That's Seamus Mellencamp. He was an acolyte in the early 90s, one of Magneto's. He gets killed in X Factor during the Fatal Attractions crossover. Okay. Which is the return of Magneto.
Yeah.
That's when Magneto crashes Illyana's funeral and Colossus goes and becomes an acolyte, turns his back on the X-Men and all that fun stuff. Well, his death is really weird because he's fighting Jamie Madrox, the Multiple Man, and Jamie puts his hand down Seamus's throat, snaps his fingers, creates a duplicate inside him, and busts open.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was no joke. It was gruesome.
And then the X Factor team is fighting a younger version of Wolverine, Logan.
Yes.
There's this really great moment. We won't get into too many particulars about the actual fights, but there's this really great moment where they're all like back and like, okay, we don't know how to deal with him, and Domino just shoots him in the head.
She's like, boom. Well, she
was like, what? I mean, it's clearly not the real
Wolverine.
Yeah, he's dead. And of course, it just makes them go berserk. There's battling going on on all three sectors until everyone just disappears.
Yeah.
Like they're all gone. And I guess Jubilee is there a little bit to sort of let everyone know these are not people, these are not Hellfire goons that they are killing because they're not human, because she tries to vamp out on one of them.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I think
plot device.
Yeah. That's the only function she serves. I mean, they probably would have been better off just like bringing Ileana, and Ileana be like, I can tell with my magic that they're not human.
Well, Ileana was on that team.
On the gold team?
Yeah, because
I didn't notice her.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right.
We need light, Ileana. Go.
Yes. And then you see her like walking out carrying her soul sword. So after that, like clearly something really, really weird is going on, and they all look up into the sky, and there's this big image of a Firebird flying around, and we all know what it is.
We all know what it is, and they do.
And they know what it is.
And it's kind of funny. Anytime there is a Firebird anywhere, every X-Man, no matter where they are, they see it, they shit their pants.
Like, come
they're
on.
They're like, God damn it, not again.
So then, once you get through the action segments here, you get back into the weirdness, because it cuts to just an anonymous elsewhere, but we do learn where it is. Where there's this diner and these waitresses looking up at the Firebird being like, hey, what is it? And who's one of those waitresses? But Jean Grey.
And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of unceremoniously entering here. Okay, what is the deal? But she is just working at this little slop house diner. She goes in there, she's kind of bantering with her boss a little bit, but then goes over to take this guy's order, and it refers to him as Mr. Cassidy, and he speaks with an Irish accent, and that is Banshee.
Yeah. Who died, came back. He's kind of back still, I believe, because if Dakin is back, they were all part of like this uncanny. It was a part of the Uncanny Avengers storyline with the Apocalypse twins.
I don't know. I don't. I'm not sure exactly how Dakin got resurrected, so I don't know if everyone else did.
So what they did with that storyline, the Four Horsemen were all former dead, like foes and teammates of Avengers and X-Men. So Dakin and Banshee were part of that, and ends up at the end of it, they're like, well, they had the Apocalypse seed in them. So as far as I understood, they are all those four that were there. I forget who the other two were, but they're alive. I think the Grim Reaper was one. So I want to say that they're alive.
But there's absolutely some weirdness going on with other people that are being resurrected here.
Yeah.
Like the little girl in the street. Like, there's something really weird going on with her. But Jean clearly doesn't have much memory of what's going on. She doesn't recognize the Phoenix flying in the air.
Right.
Jean and Sean know each other, but just as like a regular customer, they don't really seem to have like a teammate rapport.
Well, yes, and that was another thing that I was looking at too. Just going back to Banshee being alive, is probably means he's not, because as we're going to find out more, almost everybody she's encountering is actually dead.
Right. So just moving on to that, she goes back to a house. Her house, maybe, but her parents are there, and they imply like dinner's ready. They're going to have dinner together. I thought it was a little strange because it seemed to be implying she lives with them because she didn't stop by at home to change. Maybe they live closer to her work than she does.
Possibly.
But it's like she's nearing 40.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing still living there?
Or maybe in this like
she's gotten de-aged a little bit.
She de-aged herself.
Maybe.
I would.
If you have the opportunity to come back to life, you're going to come back as
younger version of me.
But yeah, but she seems to forget that they're having another guest over for dinner. So she goes to the door, and who's there? Scott motherfucking Summers.
And we're like, what?
No, yes, but no. and just has that one line of dialogue, like, hello, sweetheart, miss me? And it is the end of the issue. Like, first of all, yes, sir.
We did miss you.
I kind of feel like it was a little bit of a missed opportunity because I think like they should have flipped the line where Jean is the one saying, did you miss me? Because yes, sure have it. Like it's more of an event that you're back to life cycle. It's been for 2 years, like if that. So
I think
not
only about
as
a
big
year. Yeah.
So not as big a deal to bring him back already. But that, I don't know. I just think that it would have been a more impactful line if she said it to him.
Right.
Because he sure as shit did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see where this is going. It's going to be, what, a weekly
It's a weekly
event thing going on?
It's I forget how many issues.
I think there's going to be 4.
Yeah. So that's going to be fun. And just, it's exciting having Jean back. Like,
and it's definitely in a way I didn't expect them to do it.
yeah. Because the thing is that, like, with the Grant Morrison run and all that, you know, they've introduced the Phoenix Egg and all of that, you know, that they gave the Phoenix, like, a huge mythology and backstory with all of that. So it's not that they're forgetting it. They're doing it, to me, it's more organic. Like, they're going to play with it a different way.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see where they go over the next few issues. But I think that's going to close us out for this show.
Yeah.